Hello, Leo. Welcome to your tarot forecast for December 2025. If you'd like to skip straight ahead to your reading, the timestamp will be in the description below. I also post weekly astrology updates for every sign, and I offer private readings if you're looking for something more personal and direct, which you can also find that in the description below, or the link, I should say, in the description below. Now, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't, what does not. Be sure to save this video so you can return to it later in the month as things unfold for you. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with the energy here of the Three of Wands. So the energy you're bringing into December. Now, this tells me you're stepping into December with vision. The Three of Wands shows you've been dreaming bigger, looking beyond your comfort zone and imagining what's possible. Now, you've either already planted some seeds or on the edge of taking that leap. There's, movement here already, or movement, I should say, ahead, but it's slow and intentional. So this card says you're thinking long term, and yes, it's a really good place to be. And you don't need to essentially rush, just stay focused on the horizon here. All right. Then the main theme of the month, you do have the Nine of Swords. Now here's where things get real, Leo. The Nine of Swords points to anxiety, worry, or mental overwhelm that might cloud your clarity this month. I mean, look at literally the vibe and energy of this card. Okay, you may be wrestling with doubt, overthinking a decision, or carrying fear about what comes next. So this card doesn't predict disaster. It reflects the stories you tell yourself in the dark. So the challenge here is to notice when your thoughts spiral and ask, is this fear speaking, or is it fact? All right. Now the challenge to work through, you have the Queen of Swords. This card tells me that you're craving clarity, and this month might challenge you to get it the hard way. All right. So the Queen of Swords calls for honesty. It calls for boundaries and discernment. But when this shows up as a challenge, it can be, mean being too guarded, too sharp, or too self-critical. All right. So you may be using intellect to protect yourself from vulnerability, but clarity doesn't mean coldness. It means, it's about letting yourself speak your truth, but also let others in, even just a little bit. Then you have opportunity to embrace. You do have the High Priestess here. And aimed all the mental noise, over here going on, your intuition is the quiet voice trying to guide you here. Now, the High Priestess is a powerful sign that the answers you're searching for aren't out there, all right? They're within. I know, right? I was oh, not out there. But listen, the High Priestess is saying it's within. Now, this card does encourage you to slow down, to create space for silence, and listen to your gut. Whether it's, through journaling, meditation, or simply being still, this month supports, inner wisdom over, external advice. So you don't need to explain yourself to everyone. You just need to trust yourself more here, Leo. Then the guide is moving forward. You do have the Temperance card, and there's really no rush and no need to force things here. The Temperance encourages patience, balance, and emotional regulation. So this month isn't about extremes. I almost said extremities, but extremes. It's about slowly blending everything you've learned into a clear sense of direction. So take your time. Don't let urgency or outside pressure throw you off your course here. This is a season of quiet integration and not that loud type of change. So just honor the process, okay, Leo? Now the last card you have here is the Cabin. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. So this card is your reminder that you don't need outside validation to know what's right for you. So whether it's a big decision, a new goal, or something deeply personal you've been like moving through lately, the clearest answers are going to come from you. So even people who love you may not fully understand your path, and that's okay. All right, Leo, it's not theirs to walk. All right. So this month may call for, solitude, whether that's, a weekend away, a few quiet nights with your phone off, or simply keeping your plans private. So you are worthy and you're whole by yourself. All right. Not every journey needs a co-pilot. So, some were made just for you. All right, Leo. So December, invites you to trust yourself more deeply than ever before. Even if the world feels loud this month, especially with Christmas and all this stuff. And even if your thoughts even if your thoughts feel heavy too, you don't need to essentially prove anything. You just need, space to hear your own truth. Take your time this month, and, your clarity is just waiting for, in the quiet when things go quiet. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Leo. Let me know in the comments what resonated, or come back later in the month and share what like played out for you. And remember, I post weekly astrology updates too, specifically in my shorts. So make sure to subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss your sign. Wishing you a peaceful, powerful, and self-guided December, Leo. Listen, you've got this. You mother effing got this, okay? Until next time, take care and bye.